Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Om Jnanatymirandasya Jnanajanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajeevam Sadvaidam Sabadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaye Vachapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraha Paramaha Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraha Adi Radhir Govindaga Sarva Karana Karanam. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge by which we can directly perceive ourself. Pratyaksha Bhagamam Dharma. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us very clearly that we are the soul and we never mix with this body. The soul is there inside this body, but at the same time, the soul is not mixing with the body. And Krishna is giving a very nice example for us to understand. It's very easy to understand example, very nice example Krishna is teaching us. So, like the space which pervades everywhere, it doesn't mix with anything. So, yatha sarvagatam saukshmat akasham nopalipyate. Similarly, the soul which pervades this entire body. So, the space which pervades everything. Now, without space, there is nothing. So, this earth is occupying a space, and we are also occupying a space. And everything is occupying space here, but without space, nothing. But we never mix with the space. Our body never mixes with the space. The space is there, but nothing is mixing with the space. So like that, the soul is there. The soul is inside this body, but the soul doesn't mix with the body, but the soul is inside the body. That is the science Krishna is teaching us. The soul, we are not the body, we are the soul, and the soul is inside this body and it doesn't mix with the body. And we, the soul, have to realize and understand that we are struggling and stuck inside this body and struggling very hard in this material nature. Prakriti sthani kasati. When Krishna says that jiva bhutha, so this soul, Mamaivamse jiva loke jiva bhutaha sanatana. So the eternal soul, which is jiva bhuta, the living entity, this soul that is of my nature, but it is struggling hard. Mamaivamsa, we are of Krishna's amsa. Mamaivamsa. Very, very happy to hear this very nice, very good news. Krishna is teaching us that we are of Krishna's nature, Mamaivamsa. So, we are of Krishna's amsa, but because of six senses, including the mind, in this material veil. We are struggling very hard in this material nature. So we need to understand, we need to realize that we need to come out of this struggle. Struggling for existence. We are talking that evolution, that's okay. And evolution, they say that some species extinct. So that's okay. But the soul is never extinct. We need to understand, we are not the body, we are the soul. Maybe a species may be extinct, but the soul which occupied earlier in that body of the species, which is extinct earlier when it was there, and now it can occupy another body. So that way, even if dinosaurs were there millions of years ago, and we were occupying the body of the dinosaur. So that's what we need to understand. So the evolution in the science, what they talk, what they study, is only how the body is evolving. But we need to study, we need to understand how the soul has to evolve. So the evolution of the soul, especially for the devotees who are able to get this knowledge and able to make progress, we are evolving and we are getting the better and better body, so that we will be able to practice sadhana, focus our mind on Krishna. Especially this 6th chapter, what we are studying, Krishna is teaching us about how to control the mind, how to fix our mind on Krishna, identify a secluded place and purify that place, and make the asanas sitting in such a way it's neither too high nor too low, and sit straight and don't look at any other directions, and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and all such things. Only when a soul has a human body, then only it can do it. We cannot expect an elephant or a dog or a cow or any other animal to do that. Sit straight, don't look at any other directions, and simply chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus the mind on the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. That is not possible. That is possible only with the human body. And we have got that human body. And if we don't make use of this body for that reason, then there is no difference between us and the animals. So, in this material world, people are so much attached to material sense objects. When the New Year comes, or any such function comes, how one should celebrate? One should actually think about Krishna, chant Hare Krishna, and jump and dance, singing Krishna's Kirtan. And that is the way of celebration, not like going into bar and drinking and alcohol and jumping and dancing and finally losing the sense of the self and all kinds of nonsense. That is not the way to do. So that is definitely going to take us. We are actually, what to say? We're misusing, abusing this human body which we have got it, and if we are not making use of it, then what? Then there is no way such kind of persons are going to get another human body. For sure, such kind of if we don't make use of this human body, then our mind is only like animals, like only thinking like animals. So we can't even think beyond it. We can't even understand that we are the soul, and simply everything is completely focused on the body. So without even realizing, without even understanding that when it is a new year, actually, our life is we are getting closer to death. That is the understanding one should have. So what is the point in celebration? If somebody who is materialistically motivated, who is very much trying to enjoy the material sense objects, so then that person should realize and think that he is getting old, his senses are becoming weak. So what is the point of celebration? Maybe a devotee, if he is celebrating, thinking that he is getting closer to Krishna, he is going to go to Krishna, Goloka. So then when the new year comes, when we celebrate that we are making progress towards Krishna. So every year we need to actually measure our progress in Krishna consciousness. That's what we need to do. That's already happening with the devotees who are joining this Bhagavad Gita class regularly, and we are able to see that we are completely becoming a devotee of Krishna, first of all, and we have full faith on Krishna, and we are able to now chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We are going to chant more rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and the quality of our chanting is also increasing. We are able to focus better on Krishna's name, that sound vibration. So this is happening actually. We are able to realize, we are able to experience. So this is the real progress. So that is the way we need to celebrate. So to make this progress, to achieve this progress, if we are celebrating, remembering Krishna, so our mind is becoming our best friend and we are able to control our mind. So then this is a real celebration. One should do it. Then this life is very useful life. Then we can make use of this human body very, very nicely for the purpose of purifying ourselves, purifying the soul. Because we are not the body, we are the soul, and we need to purify ourselves by using the body, mind, senses, intelligence, and everything. It should be, we need to do it. Buddhya visuddhaya. So we need to, with buddhi, with intelligence, we need to purify the soul. So we should be freed from ahangaram, balam, darpam, kamam, krodham. So everything should be parigraham, vimuchya, nirmamaga, shanto, brahmabhuyaya kalpate. So that should be the way of our life. There should not be any ahankaram, balam, darpam, kamam, krodham. All such things we should be able to get rid of them. Then we can celebrate. That should be the reason for celebration. That our mind is becoming our best friend. We are not struggling and suffering in this material world. We are not attached to anything in this material world. Our goal is only to please the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And we have to simply depend only on Bhagavad Gita. And just by using this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we can achieve whatever we want. Yes, Krishna's mercy is flowing continuously through this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That's what we need to understand. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is nothing but Krishna's causeless mercy. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is taking us away from this material world, material sense objects. It's saving us, it's protecting us from this material influence, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that's what it is doing when we study every day. That's why we are now getting ourselves addicted to this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. You know, when a person is addicted to something, he will keep doing that very often. So every day we are studying Bhagavad Gita. Every day at this time we are coming and we are very much dedicating ourselves to study and understand this Bhagavad Gita. Means we are experiencing this spiritual joy, spiritual enjoyment, and we are addicted to that. That's a very good addiction. It's very, very nice to have this kind of addiction. So that way we can make progress towards Krishna. So that way Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita how to fully focus our mind on Him and how to fix our mind on Krishna so that we can slowly and steadily make a continuous progress towards Goloka, towards Krishna. So that is happening already with us with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We are going to make more progress and we are going to really go to Goloka. So we are going to get rid of all these anarthas, all these materialistic attachments. Everything is going to happen. So by thinking about all these things, really, it's we are extremely fortunate that we are handpicked by Krishna, because of course Krishna wants to pick everyone. Krishna wants to make everyone devotee, but we are letting Krishna to pick us. That's the main thing. We are letting Krishna to create opportunities to serve him. So we are letting Krishna to serve us. So that way, these things are all very, very good signs that we are getting rid of all the problems. Now what is going to happen? Whatever we want to happen, it will happen. That's what is going to happen. So what is going to happen in future? We can predict very easy. When we are devotees of Krishna, when we are able to fully dedicate our life unto Krishna with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so then whatever we want to happen, it will happen by Krishna's mercy. Of course, we always think about only doing good things, only things which are meant to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's what we think, and that will happen. Because we want to please him, we want to do everything. So that means we just have to follow what all Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. Now we are studying in the 6th chapter. Krishna is teaching us that you find a secluded place and sit straight and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus your mind on me. All such things Krishna is teaching here. So that way, when we just do that, manasamyamya machito, if we simply focus our mind on Krishna, so that means we are just following what Krishna is asking us to do. That is what is called yoga. When our mind is fully focused on Krishna only, not on anything else, when our mind is not disturbed by anything else in this material world, so that means we have achieved the status of yoga. Shruti vipratipannate yatastasyati nischala samadhav achala buddhistata yogam avapsyasi. That's what Krishna is teaching us. In the 2nd chapter, sloka number 53, we understood that in the 52, sloka number 52, Krishna said that yatha te moha kalilam buddhir vyatittarishya tada gamthasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shutasya. So when our intelligence has passed through the dense forest of illusion, at that time we will become indifferent. So nothing is going to affect us. Whatever we have had in the past, whatever we are going to hear in the future, and nothing is going to bother us. Nothing is going to affect us. So that way, at that point of time, Shruti Vipratipannati. So when nothing is going to affect us, so then we are freed from this material world. Shruti Vipratipannati yatastasyati nischala samadhav achala buddhis tada yogam avapsyasi. So at that point of time, we will achieve yoga. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So for that reason, we have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We need to focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration, and we need to dedicate our life in spreading Krishna's message, identifying devotees. There are millions of devotees, not are 1 or 2 millions. There are 1.5 million devotees are there. They are 1.5 billion. So it's 1.5 million. So that's I meant not 1 or 2 lakhs. It is 15 lakhs. So 15 lakh devotees are there. So we have to identify all of them. So that means, imagine if we have like thousands of devotees joining our Zoom. If there are 15 lakh devotees are there, and if all of us are very sincerely trying, then by Krishna's causeless mercy, if we identify even some of them, then it will be thousands of devotees. We will be studying Bhagavad Gita, we'll be chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra together, and we will be able to serve Krishna together. So these are all greatest opportunities what we have got in this life, which we have to fully make use of it. So that way our goal is clear. We know what we need to do, and it's very simple. And we have to just study this Bhagavad Gita every day, like what we are doing now. And when we continue to do this, then definitely there is going to be a change in our life in a good way. We are getting closer to Krishna, and everything becomes very clear, and no more disturbance, so no more distress, and it is only full of enjoyment. So all such things are going to happen. So that way, we have to, as Krishna is teaching, when Krishna says that you throw away everything, abandon everything, so that means other than Bhagavad Gita, we can just throw away everything. We don't have to, right now, we don't have to think about anybody is talking. People talk, people give lectures. In fact, they get millions of views. I don't know what is the use of it, but they will give lectures. There are 4 ways to control mind. There are 12 ways to do this. There are 9 ways to do this. All such things like that. Only the topic, the title they will give to increase the number of views, and there are millions of views. But there is only one way. There is Krishna's way. And that way is very clearly given in Bhagavad Gita. So we just have to follow what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. That is the main thing. So there is only 18 chapters, 700 verses. Even though Mahabharata has got 100,000 verses, but in that only 700 verses is Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us very clearly what we are supposed to do, because Arjuna's situation like that, and Krishna helped Arjuna, and that means Krishna is helping us also. So what we studied until now, Krishna is teaching us. So in this 6th chapter, sloka number 13 and 14, we studied Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam Darayan Nachalam Stiraha Samprekshya Nasikagram Swam Dishashanavalokayan Prashantatma Vigat Sabir Brahmachari Vrate Sthitaha Manasamyamyamachito Yukta Asita Matparaha. So our body, head and neck, everything should be straight. Samam Kaya Shiro Grivam Darayan Achalam Stiraham. So we should not be moving Achalam, and everything should be straight. Samprekshana Sikha Gram Swam Disascha Navalokayan. So we should be simply looking towards the tip of the nose, so not the tip of nose, just looking down. And this is Chanavalokayan, and don't look at any other directions. So Prasantatma Vigattavir Brahmachari Vratestitagam. So with a peaceful mind, free from fear, practicing celibacy, Manasamyamyamachitto Yukta Asita Matparakam. So you control your mind by focusing your thoughts on me, keeping me as the ultimate goal. So Yukta Asita Matparakam. So one should hold one's body, neck and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. That's what Krishna is teaching. So when we do that, in the next sloka what we studied yesterday, Sadatmanam yogi niyatamanasah Sukhet Santyam Nirvana Paramam Matsam Stam Adhigachati. In another sloka also in the 6th chapter, Krishna says that Yunjanyevam Sadatmanam Yogi Vigatta Kalmasaga. So here Yogi Niyatamanasaga. So means regulating the mind. Vigatta Kalmasaga means freed from the sins. So that means if we are able to do this process, that's what Yunjanyevam Sadatmanam means. Like whatever in the sloka number 10 to 14, what we studied, just by doing that, by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, so that means our mind is going to get regulated, and we are going to also free from all the sins. We get the kalmasaga. At that point of time, Shantim Nirvana Paramam, we are going to realize, we are going to experience the supreme peace. So that's what Shantim Nirvana Paramam. So Santim Nirvana Parama Matsam Stam Adhigachati. So at that point of time, we are going to achieve Krishna. We'll go to Goloka. So thus practicing constant control of the body, mind, and activities, the mystic transcendentalist, his mind regulator, attains to the kingdom of God by cessation of material existence. So then in the sloka, what we are continuing today, in the sloka number 16, Krishna is continuing that Nati Ashnatastu Yogusti Nachaikantamanasnataka Nachati Swapnasilasya Jagrato Naiva Charjuna. So Ati Asna, Ati Swapna means eating too much and sleeping too much. So if a person eats too much, then there is no yoga. Ati asnatastu na yogo asti. That's what na ati asnatastu yogo asti means. Ati asnatastu na yogo asti. Nachaikantam anasnata. So anasnata means not eating enough, eating little. Then also there is no yoga. So that's what nachaikantam anasnata. Nacha ati swapna silasya. Ati swapna means sleeping too much. So silasya. So if anyone sleeps too much, atiswapna silasya, then also there is no yoga. Jagrato naiva charjana. If one is not sleeping enough, always awake, then also one cannot achieve yoga. So that means eating and sleeping we should control. So this is another thing. So in the sloka number 6, 10 to 14, Krishna is teaching us how to sit, how to chant, all those things we have understood. Now Krishna is also in this sloka number 16 is teaching us that we should be able to regulate our eating and sleeping. So if we don't do that, then our chanting won't work. When we want to chant 16 rounds, when we want to do that, when we want to become a yogi, when we want to control our mind, if we can't regulate our eating and sleeping, then it cannot happen. So that's what Krishna is using the word na, 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 na in all the lines. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 16th sloka in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चित्य देशतारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। So we'll chant now 2 rounds, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare.
Stop. Morning.
Hare Krishna Tulsi Vilasa Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Tapati Ghosh Mataji says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
There are no questions, Guruji, so far. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. SK Garg Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. R.K. Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Guruji, thank you very much for this nice class. Today I have been in the class right from the very beginning. And
Many
you have very rightly you have said the way this space is not getting lipped with the air. This consciousness is totally, it cannot be absorbed or it cannot be touched by anything. So we all are confined spaces basically, having our boundaries and limitations. And in a way, this whole space, which is pervading everywhere, it is just like the Krishna consciousness.
Yes,
and we are part of this Krishna consciousness, which are, and our sphere of, or rather our domain is limited to a very small, you can say, space.
Yes,
but through this connection of Krishna consciousness, we can get connected to so many other domains, and that way we can increase our sphere of activities. So this connection is through remembering to different devotees and also the Krishna. It's again, by the mercy of Krishna, we are able to connect to other devotees.
Yes, bro. Yes, so, bro. That's the thing. It's so Krishna's place.
Yes, Guruji. So after listening to you for the last 2.5 years almost, now we are able to visualize what is happening all around us.
Exactly. Yes, bro.
Yes, Guruji. So this is a very great learning, and we are grateful to you for your kind daily lectures. So nice of you, Guruji, and so thankful to you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranam.
Interesting lecture today also. You have said that to celebrate, to enjoy. We should enjoy the progress, not the detail. Really, this has opened our eyes. What is to be done? What is to be celebrated? What is really the meaning of this life? To achieve the Krishna consciousness, to be in the path of Krishna. And we are celebrating the worldly things, which is not true. We have rightly said that day by day, year by year, our body is weakening, and we are celebrating.
That is yes, Prabhu. Ignorance, yes, Prabhu.
And nobody understands that. There is no meaning in that celebration. The celebration is to get the Krishna consciousness in the path of Lord Krishna. We should achieve those. How much progress we have done. Really,
yes,
we can be happy little bit that we have progressed in 1.5 year, little bit.
Exactly, yes, Prabhu. We are definitely making progress, no doubt, yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Guru, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Ahuti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Today's class, I was just hearing how to keep your mind focused, and we need to do that. So we are just trying, and
yes,
we are trying our level best, and practice will help us in the future.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy will definitely, we will be able to. As you said, practice only. Practice is the only way we can make our mind peaceful, Mataji. No other way.
Yes. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Kamlesh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, all the
Hare
devotees. Prabhu, no question. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Varuni Mataji. Hare Krishna. Varuni. Are you able to unmute? Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Guruji, my daughter, she has changed that actually Zoom link.
Oh, okay, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, that's fine.
Yeah, it was nice class today, Guruji. This body is so precious. We had to take actually. We should utilize properly. And the best thing what I have observed is with devotees we get away so easily, means so quickly we connect, no?
Yeah.
Whenever we means for the first time if we meet also, then also I feel like there is a strong connection with us, between us.
Yes.
I felt like that most of the time.
Exactly. Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Because Krishna is there, correct? Krishna is there in everyone's heart, correct? That is the main thing.
Yes,
we are able to see.
Yes, with him only we get connected, I think. No?
Exactly. Yes, Mataji. That's how it's. Krishna is everywhere. We should be able to see Krishna. Krishna says that Yomam pasyati sarvatra sarvam mayi pasyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranasyati. That's what.
Yes.
So it will.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for keeping us in
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Lalita Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
No questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sujata Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Guruji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for teaching us.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. You understood everything today, Mataji?
हाँ हाँ गुरुजी.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Hare Rama.
हरे कृष्ण.
Mahendra Shukla Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Hare
Dandavad
Krishna,
Pranam.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama.
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Thanks Guruji. No question.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Deepesh
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class. I have no questions. Thank you for
Yes, Prabhu.
keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare
Yes,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Kuldeep Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Bala Reddy Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Hare Bol, Prabhu, Hare Bol.
Hare Bol.
Today's
Hare
class
Krishna.
was
Hare.
nice.
Yes,
Very good.
Prabhu. Krishna's mercy, we are studying every day Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, very good practice. It is very good. Hare Bol, Prabhu.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Mohanan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna
Guruji,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Excellent
Yes,
class,
Prabhu.
and grateful to you for
Yes.
motivating every day
Yes, Prabhu.
to learn Bhagavad Gita, and we are in the same Krishna conscious throughout the day. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
Prabhu.
Guruji. We are progressing little
Yes,
by
Prabhu.
little. Thank you
Yes,
so much,
Prabhu.
Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Thank
Guruji.
you, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama. Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhu. Thank
Hare.
you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Palniyappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama. Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama. Hare Hare.
Hare. Today's when you explained, you told that the soul we are comparing with the space.
Yeah.
As per Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like space is pure, soul is also pure.
Yes.
So, but when soul is pure, not done any sin or anything, then why it should suffer? That is the thing.
That is
Inside the
because of
body.
ahankara. Because of ignorance.
That is,
because of ignorance, because of thinking that it is the doer, that thinking that ahankara.
that is because of
enviousness of Krishna, because of not listening to Krishna. So yetveta tabhya suyanto nanu tistanti me madam sarvajnana vimudatma viddhinashna nachetasaka. So because they are envious of Krishna, so they don't listen to Krishna, they don't follow Krishna's instructions, so they are bereft of all knowledge, so they are ignorant, so that's why they are struggling and suffering.
That means the Maya play.
Maya is controlling, but because of the soul's ignorance only. It's not, Maya doesn't want really us to struggle and suffer in this world. Maya, we are not listening to Krishna, so Maya is Krishna's energy, so Maya is controlling us. Basically, we are suffering. We are suffering in this material world.
That means soul is having its own actions.
That is correct. Its own desires. Its desires are, the soul is thinking that it's the doer. So that's what ahankara. So when we think that we are the doer and when we claim that the results belong to us, so then we are committing sins.
That means it is not 100%, we cannot compare with the space, no? Then
No. Krishna is not comparing with the space to say that soul is pure or something like that. Krishna is comparing the soul with the space, that the space doesn't mix with anything.
Only for mixing purpose.
Yeah, the soul doesn't mix with anything. Space doesn't mix with anything. Similarly, the soul also doesn't mix with the body.
Oh,
You understand that, Prabhu? You understand that one?
understood.
So for that
it
reason
is
only, for that reason only, Krishna is saying that the soul doesn't mix with the body. Like space doesn't mix with anything. Similarly, the soul doesn't mix with the body.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Guru.
Thank you, Prabhu.
That's
Yeah,
a doubt
Ravichandra
I
Prabhu
had.
mentioned. Ravichandra Prabhu told me that you met him and you discussed a lot. Yes, Prabhu. So
Yes.
it's good. We can discuss too.
Yesterday we discussed, and then tomorrow we will have meeting, and we will have the complete detail of.
Yes,
and then further what we have to do, we can think over tomorrow. Yes, sir.
We can discuss. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guru.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sunil Srivas Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Dandavad Pranam,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna.
Hare
Dandavad
Krishna, Hare
Pranam.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Pranam,
Ram,
Guruji.
Hare. Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. In the context of the discussion that was just going on, I have developed a small doubt. Soul definitely does not get mixed with anything. And definitely not even the mana. Mana is also independent. Atma is also independent.
Yes.
And when we say sometimes we use the word Chetana, that many people think that it is synonymous to Atma. But there must be some difference between the two, because Chetana basically leads to worldly activities, and the soul actually doesn't do anything. So this Chetana, is it the basically the man along with the prior sanskar that it has got accumulated? So because of that, different living entities are behaving in a different manner. So I just want to get clarified.
In general, Prabhu, this Chaitana, even though you call it as living force, it is basically the thought process, correct? Our thinking. That's what it goes to. So what is the thinking? Mind is the one which thinks.
Okay.
So mind, if it is under the control of the soul, if the mind remembers only Krishna, so that's why Machittaga Satatam Bhava. So Chetasa Sarva Karmani Mai Sanyasa Matparaga Buddhiyogam Upashitya Machittaga Satatam Bhava. So that's what Krishna is saying. So that's what is Chetasa means. We need to focus our thoughts only on Krishna all that time. So if we do that, so then we are fine. If we focus our thoughts on the material sense objects, then we are going to struggle.
Okay. So that's when we say, so Guruji, when we say you focus, means it is about the Chetna or the living entity.
About the living entity, you refers to the soul.
You refers to the soul, but soul actually doesn't do anything. So it is basically the soul is in this body because it is not yet
the
pure.
Soul, we cannot simply say that the soul doesn't do anything. Soul should control the mind.
Soul controls the mind, Guruji, that's right. But the soul is.
Then if we control the mind, then our thinking process is under control. We won't think something else. See, if a person's mind is not controlled, it's going here and there. So what does that mean? It thinks this and that, correct?
Yes, Guruji. So when the mind is not in the Guruji, when the mind is not in the control of the soul, then it is the control of Maya. And Mana is also basically a part of Maya. When we had Ashtadha Prakriti, Ashtadha Man Buddhi Ahankara. So basically it is Mana or the Maya. Basically Mana is part of Maya. So when the Mana is independent and is not directed towards the Krishna, then it is under the influence of Maya. And it is attracted towards the worldly things. So that is because the Mana has got something, past associations, because of which it is not able to realize the true nature of soul, and it is not getting attracted towards the soul. That's why it is getting attracted towards the worldly things. So
Yes.
basically, mana is the main, what we can say, main element, which is forcing us to not to get get towards the right direction, that is towards Goloka. So this
Yes.
basically is the jeev or the chetana. Can we say living force? When we say living force, is it not equivalent to chetana, Guruji?
Chetana, you can, but in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is using the word chetasa, that refers to the thought process, consciousness, thinking, what we are thinking. That's what is the main thing in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
So whenever the soul is referred, it's only like Atma, correct? Atma. So in Bhagavad Gita, Chetana, like that word, I don't know, I don't remember it's there in any sloka. Maybe I need to.
Chetana Dhrati, somewhere it comes probably, Guruji.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Chetana, maybe, but wherever Krishna refers to the Chetana, the Chetasa, Sarva Karmani, so it is mainly refers to the thoughts only, Prabhu.
Thought process.
Not like the soul. It doesn't refers to the soul.
So this thought process always remains with the mind. It is
Exactly.
always associated with the mind. So there is an interaction between the mind and the thought process, which is constantly going on.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. The mind should be under the control of the soul. Then the thought process will be under the control of the soul. If the mind is not under the control of the soul, then the thought process we can't control. Mind thinks here and there, then we will be in trouble.
Okay. And this thought process keeps on getting refined and purified if we are constantly thinking about Krishna.
Exactly. That's why we are chanting Bhagavad Gita every day. When we keep on chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day. When we keep on chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, our mind, we are not letting it to think anything else. So we are making the mind to focus only on the sound vibration. So wherever the mind, that's why Krishna is saying that yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram tatasato niyamyate atmaneva vasamneva. So so that's what Krishna is.
So Guruji, that means when the mind is constantly all the time thinking about Krishna, then it gets purified very quickly, and then when it is totally purified, then we are entitled to start our journey towards Goloka.
Exactly, Prabhu. That's it. So if the mind is not thinking about anything else, only Krishna. So that's why what we studied, like in the 16th sloka, 6th chapter, that Yunjanyevam Sadatmanam Yogi Niyatta Manasaga. So Yogi Niyatta Manasaga Shantim Nirvana Parama Matsamstam Adhigachati. So they will get eternal peace of mind, supreme peace of mind, and attain the supreme abode. Matsamstam Adhigachati. Yes.
Okay, and something more, Guruji, if you allow. And when we are actually we are in this worldly, we are dealing with worldly affairs. So that's why you say that whenever we are doing anything, we should keep on remembering Krishna as if we are doing this activity as per the wishes of Krishna. So that activity will become a yajna, and it will not create any sinful reactions. And that way we will remain connected to Krishna also. And that condition of 24/7, that will be fulfilled to some extent.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, we need to focus our mind all 20. Yeah, we should not be. That's why Krishna is saying that Sarvesu Kalesu. Yeah, you said 24/7. All the time we need to focus. Yes, Prabhu, only on Krishna.
Okay, right.
So
Guruji.
how we do that? We are studying Bhagavad Gita, we are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are offering prasadam to Krishna, we spread Krishna's message. So like that, and we keep engaged. We have got a lot of opportunities also to serve Krishna, correct, Prabhu, to identify devotees, to make more devotees. So if we keep ourselves very busy in that, then our mind is always in Krishna consciousness.
Okay. Right,
It's not
Guruji.
going in.
Yes, Guruji, it's now very clear. So we are getting the right knowledge through the right source. Guruji, so nice of you. Thank you, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for our discussion. Your discussion with Guruji, very, very knowledgeable, and I feel Sumati Mataji has to note down today's discussion with Guruji. And better to put it, that is, I feel it's a very, very important thing. Yes, today.
It's a lot of like that. So much. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Kuldeep, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Guru.
Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You understood, Prabhu, today?
I think simplicity is the answer for everything. Think
Yes,
simple.
Yes, Prabhu. Just
And so far so Atma is concerned, it is the main force, fuel, or power which keeps our instrument, a body, functional.
Yeah.
Which is equipped with so many things for different functions. Krishna consciousness simply is to be attached to Krishna. Rest of the things will do their role.
That's correct. If we simply connect ourselves with Krishna, everything will become
simple.
Yes.
Don't make anything complicated. Understand everything, but keep things simple. I think this is the crux, and I give rest to Guruji, to your wisdom, and to the wisdom of all of us.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy, Prabhu. Yeah, she said we just have to listen to Krishna and do it. That's it. Hare
Pranam,
Krishna. Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Lalita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare
I'm just listening to the discussions, and it's very interesting,
Yes.
and I'm getting
Yes.
more information about Krishna.
So much.
Very nice to hear, Guruji. So that means we have some rules to to attain the Krishna's this one, to get into Krishna's consciousness. Like proper posture should be there, and everything should be. We need to concentrate. Then only we can attain Krishna's this one blessing.
First thing is knowledge, Mataji. This knowledge, what we are gaining, that is going to do all the rest, Mataji. Once we get the knowledge, we are going to follow it. We are going to focus. We are going to concentrate, practice. Everything is going to come into place. This knowledge makes the difference. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. Very, very good discussion, Guruji. Thank you very much for giving us all the information.
Yes, Mataji. It's Krishna's mercy. We are studying everything. Yes, Mataji.
And after the class also, whatever discussions are going, that is really appreciable, and it's giving more knowledge.
More knowledge.
That's why till the end I'll be there. I don't to leave the class.
In fact, like that, we have so many questions in the past devotees asked. We have so many lectures, thousands of lectures with so many questions. Yes, Mother. It's all we have to now compile. It will become volumes, those questions. Yes, Mother. We can't get it anywhere else like that. It's a treasure. Spiritual treasure. Yes, Mother.
Yes, thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Wonderful class. Examination going on. So that test is important. Really some mind control, how to control the mind. That is important. But here the student, no shouting, no shouting. So please, so sorry. And they are so unruly and indisciplined, they don't bother me. So I'm in a very, always I'm complaining that area is such so much people are, even if those are great educated person and those who are very, they also like their work, disciplined lifestyle here. So where I was born, where I am born. It's a real wonderful person. What to complain? The Lord Krishna is how to control the mind, body, and that is very important. So, as you told, we should connect with the Lord Krishna, really wonderful sins, and mind gets distracted. This is the only means to achieve our goal. So, whatever may be, we have to tolerate whatever the situation may be and to adjust, adapt. What do we cannot get out? I get out of this turmoil, this problem. So, it is a great test. The Lord Krishna has given me a test, so I have to overcome these difficulties. So thank you, even Kunti also. But that sloka is, the Gita is divided like Manu and like generation, that Vaivasma, Manu, Nikya. This, how it has been transferred. It is so important. We are fortunate to have this knowledge and you are inject mind, this transcendental knowledge. The has to be able a yogi. So how to connect with Lord Krishna, that is very important. Thank you, Ji. Pranam Guru Ji. Satata Naman Naman Naman.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Now let's listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna